Houston Astros. The Astros. The Astros.
This exclusive Astros segment on Sports Talk 790 is brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network.
Yes, let's go.
Hey, let's go, guys.
All right, it's that time of the week. We're going to welcome in Astros General Manager Dana Brown to the show.
Yes, we are, as we always do, every single Wednesday at 9:30. Great to have him on. All right, Dana, let me start this out with a little fun. It's kind of to do with baseball, but we're kind of the same. We're kind of the same era. You're the DJ in the locker room. All the guys' phones and music's down. We're getting ready for Game 7 World Series, and we're relying on you to pump in the music. What are you playing? What's your music of choice for energy?
Music of choice for energy. Yeah, it's a tough one. I guess I would probably have to go with some old school rap or something.
Yeah, there you go. And just something that hits right now and goes. Are you a big music guy, Dana? For you, like when you were playing, are you a guy that like a little more silence? Or are you a big music energy? Let's get popping guy. What are you?
You know what? I love all kind of music, to be honest with you. Grew up in a large family of 7 sisters, so I learned to listen to a lot of music.
Right. And I would imagine the 7 sisters got to choose first, though. 7 of them outweigh you, I would imagine. That's a lot of power in a household, my man.
Absolutely, and they're all older than me, so.
There you go. Taking care of baby brother. I like it. Dana Brown, GM of the Astros, joins us for his weekly visit. All right, if I would have asked you then and now, and I would have told you that, hey, by the way, Lance McCullers and Michael Brantley, let's say you and I are talking in January, will not be ready in June. Would you have been shocked if I'd have told you that?
Yeah, I would have been shocked because I felt like, both guys would, be ready, particularly Brantley because, he was actually really close to coming back before the inflammation. And then with McCullers, I thought, maybe he would be back, but, the setback with, him amping it up, he got up to like 35 pitches, I think, and he was up to 93, and he started to experience some discomfort. But, at the end of the day, the club's playing well. We got some guys that stepped up, our pitching depth. And, of course, we can catch the baseball, and the bats are starting to heat up. So the club's playing well right now.
Yeah, they sure are. And you had mentioned it. You knew, and you say it every week about going on streaks, and you're going on one. And obviously the Rangers are playing good baseball, but this is starting to look like Astros baseball at the plate. One more question about Lance and Michael Brantley, and you can answer both. How close are we? We talk about setback for one, and we talk about inflammation for Brantley. Are we anywhere close to seeing them, Dana?
Well, the good thing with Brantley is he's actually starting to take some swings, and so that's very encouraging. The timeline on McCullers, we're going to know probably, in another week or so, because we're just throwing flat ground now with the setback of when he was thrown off the mound. And so as we get a little closer, maybe another week or so, we'll probably have some more answers.
With your baseball club, you've got to be proud. And we talk about, you mentioned depth earlier, and what a job Dubon and McCormick and Myers and the guys and Jolks have done to be filling in for a bunch of guys that were hurt and moving around and being able to be versatile. And on the mound with J.P. France and with Brandon Bielak, I don't know if proud's the right word, Dana, but it seems to me you got to be proud of the way these two have come up and pitched and performed under some pretty pressure-filled circumstances considering the injuries and the team they're playing for.
Exactly. You're playing for a world championship team and you step it up like that. As young starters, in terms of experience in the game, that's not easy to do. That's high-pressure moments. But I give credit to the leadership down in the clubhouse with Dusty, and our pitching coaches that are creating an environment where these guys can grow and feel good about themselves. And also they got teammates. They got, veteran teammates that are coming by their side. And so all of that leads to, young players stepping it up and doing well. And so, we hope that they can keep it up. And, there's nothing like getting an opportunity as a young player to get your chance and to do well.
Our favorite time of the week, our 9:30 interview with Dana Brown, Astros GM, weekly. You get it right here. Always great to have him on Sports Talk 790. Dana, with all your years in baseball, in a lot of different positions as a player as well, what is the toughest part of your job as a general manager in season?
The toughest part is just, doing what we're doing now, is dealing with injuries and trying to press the right buttons to get the right players up here. That could be difficult, and thinking long term and how long is it going to last? And, are we going to have to make some moves, and are we going to have to make some trades? So those things are difficult. And then you have to start thinking about your young prospects that they're going to ask about if you make trades. So, those things are the type of things that keep you up at night. But, as long as the team continues to play well, things are good, and we can get through this.
Are you prepared to, is it worth it to, when the situation, or if it arises, that you're willing to part with a prospect / young asset that in the future has got a chance to be really good, to get somebody right now that is really good if he fits a need? Are you willing to do that by the trade deadline?
Yeah, I mean, we have to continue to improve the club and give, as Crane would say, we're always in the window to win. So we have to make the necessary moves that we have to make, as long as they're reasonable, to get what we need to get. And we're going to be aggressive, in the front office to give Dusty what he needs downstairs to win games. So we're going to have to do what we have to do.
Dana Brown, Astros GM, for his weekly visit, which is always awesome for us here at Sean Salisbury Show, Sports Talk 790. Dana, aside from the injuries and your team starting to play like you have expected them to play, but what's your biggest concern still? Remove the injuries from it, just on-field play. Is there anything bothersome to you or that needs fixed by you guys?
Well, nothing's bothersome. I mean, we're 10 games over 500. We're playing well. I would like to, continue to have the bats to keep rolling because, when we score 5 runs or more, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
We're in the top. I think we're over 20 wins with less than 5 losses. I mean, that's pretty good. So if we can continue to hit, and that's what my focus is right now, because like I said, we can catch the baseball. We're at the top of the league in earned run average. And, we're like second or third in defense. And so no doubt about it, when the Astros hit, the Astros win. So that's where my focus is right now. And, I want our guys to keep it up. And then we can keep rolling.
Well, let's hope that comes in bunches for Abreu, too. I was so happy for him. And I know that some in Oakland may have been bothered by it, but him sprinting around the bases, understanding the pressure he's been under and how hard he's worked, as you have well documented, and then to sprint across home plate, seeing that ball leave the ballpark and seeing his energy, that had to bring a smile to your face and hoping that that's going to push forward into being who you expected him when you paid him the money to come here.
Yeah, absolutely. At the end of the day, I was told by the old school guys that baseball is a game that you have to have childlike faith to play. These guys are like little kids. I mean, they love this game. And so when you're struggling and you're down and out and finally you start hitting the ball a little harder and all of a sudden you get a home run, it's just the joy of getting that home run and the release of some of that pressure. And, I know some people may have taken it the wrong way, but I think people need to remember this is a baseball game that's played by human beings, and we all go through down times, and, there's nothing wrong with celebrating. And I know that they felt that it was inappropriate, but I don't think they understood the pressure that he's been feeling.
Yeah, and I don't think he did it to stand up the other team, Dana. I think it was just like the sharing a moment with his teammates, like, man, I've been carried around this burden, and it finally left the park. I think you got to take into account the situation like you had mentioned, and I couldn't be happier for him. I'll leave you with this, Dana, and I know you're not in the umpire business, but were you a little surprised or taken aback by the umpire's demeanor to Jeremy Pena in the game last night?
Yeah, I didn't understand what he was doing. I didn't know if he was trying to lean in to hear what Pena was trying to say, but it didn't look that good from up top. I'll get more detail on it today, but I did notice that he leaned in, and I didn't know if he was leaning in to try to hear what he was saying because of the crowd, the noise. And so, but yeah, I'll get into a little bit of today to find out a little bit more.
And obviously,
I was a little surprised in the interaction.
Yeah, exactly. You're supposed to diffuse those situations, not add to them if you're an umpire. And Urquidy promising at least some encouraging news, so far for Jose?
Yeah, and he's throwing flat ground, so he's between 75 and 90 feet. So that's really encouraging. And we're hoping somewhere around the All-Star break that we get some good news that he could turn up the dial.
Be awesome. Have a good one. Always great to visit with you. Hope your Memorial Day was fun, enjoyable with the family and our great, our military and what our fallen soldiers have done. And I know it means a lot to you guys in Houston at the Astros, and we appreciate you every single week joining us, and we look forward to next Wednesday, my friend. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on.
Always great to have Dana Brown on. And when I said bringing Abreu here, meant the organization paying him what they paid him. But you know that Dana Brown knows what Abreu can bring to the table because he says it every week, and it was fun to see the celebration. I'm with him. Got to take into context how Abreu's celebration happened.
Yeah, there's that, and then also the big part that from that interview is you heard discomfort and you heard setback with Lance McCullers Jr.
Yeah, I don't think that, this is just my perception, I don't think they're counting on him. They want, and not in a negative way, the injury-wise, that they're a long ways away.
Yeah.
It appears. But Brantley swinging the bat's encouraging.
Right. And then also, another thing that I want to discuss to end the show is the trade deadline. When you asked him about it, and he says, we're going to be aggressive to give Dusty Baker the team to win. So
picking out words, key words, and Dana Brown knows what championship baseball looks like. And I expect him to be aggressive if it's going to help the ball club.
Yeah, we'll discuss
Good stuff
that.
by him.
Yeah, we'll discuss that next on Sports Talk 790.